Thank you. First question. All right, I guess that's it. It's the fucking Q&A. We'll see you at the bar. All right. No, I mean, I'll start off by saying when I watch my stuff, I don't watch it as the person that I'm watching. I watch it as just an audience member, and I was laughing. I don't know. I think it's fucking funny, and I like the way it felt. You know what I mean? So yeah. Thank you. Mm. Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah, thank you. I was just at the time, when you shoot a documentary, our lives keep constantly changing. So the person that you saw there isn't the person that I'm right here. So the reason why I did it is because I knew, like, it's hard, like moving your mom and all that shit, and I knew like I say in the film, I don't have a relationship with my siblings, and my parents are older, and yes, I have some great friends, but this is how I express myself. This is how I get everything out, and I feel for me like this is me getting out the shit that was inside of me, and I feel good. You know what I mean? So thanks. Originally, where does it come from? Um, well, it's like when we're all out at Starbucks, ordering shit, comics. You think of things like all you people think of what the hell's you see, just comedic things, but comics like write that stuff. So while you guys are just thinking the funny things, the comics are actually, oh shit, I gotta write that down, write that down. So then when the comic talks about a joke about Starbucks, I'm just using that as an example, you guys relate to it and you guys kind of laugh about it because you're like, shit, I was in Starbucks and I thought of that same thing. So while you guys, America, or just people in general, are just kind of observing, whether it's the news or whatever is going on, the Ray Rice thing or anything that's going on, comics are going, how am I gonna make that funny? How am I gonna make that funny? So, did that answer your question? Well, there's different types. I mean, the type that I just explained was kind of observational comedy. For me, I don't know. A lot of the stuff that I like to talk about, I like to do every type of comedy. I don't like to do just observation. I like to talk about stuff that's personal. So it's different styles. You know what I mean? Sometimes you put yourself in a scene of a situation. Sometimes you go, oh, you guys check out, Hannity tonight. Da 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 da. You know what I mean? That's just observational. So it's different. Oh, yeah. Well, that's who I am. That's why I love getting dropped off at the curb at LAX and going on this voyage, wherever the fuck I'm gonna go. From the second I hit the curb to the bag check people, to the TSA, to the person at Coffee Bean, to the people watching me sit in fucking coach. Everything. I like that. That's what I get off on that. I love people. You know what I mean? And I love when people don't know who I am. I get really excited about that because then they look at me like I'm fucking weird, and I love it. I mean, Sam, yeah. Oh, something that happened to me? Well, I mean, I don't want to really talk about that. That was just that's like a whole other thing. Like with Sam, he was just, like I talk about my dad. I talk about my dad? My dad opened for Elvis Presley for 6 years. He like toured with him, and my dad always said Elvis Presley was so nice. He always gave. Like he always say like, oh, Elvis gave someone a car. Elvis gave someone, a house, bought his mama. That's how Sam was. Sam Kinison, no matter what, he would always, like Christmas, he would come over and just, there'd be tons of gifts. So he's just like a giver, you know what I mean? And he just gave and gave, and that's why I really love Sam. It's because he didn't care, he just gave, So, and same with Richard. Richard Pryor was the same thing. I mean, Richard Pryor would pull his car into the Comedy Store parking lot, and I swear to God, I would watch this, and he'd get out, and he would shake every single person's hand on the way just to get into the club. You know what I mean? Like, really, like, and that was kind of like, you know, who he was on stage, too. He was just very, like, you know what I mean? That was the one thing that I learned from Sam, watching Sam and watching Richard, was to just be vulnerable on stage, you know, and not try to be like, you know, like when it comes to hecklers, you don't like be mean to them. You know what I mean? You kind of kill them with kindness. There's a fun way, a light way to deal with a heckler as opposed to trying to like be mean to people. And I learned that a lot from them. So, and how great was LA Nick? Oh my God. Holy shit. That guy's crusty as fuck, right? Loved him though. So great. But you notice how there's a lot of ways like I could have edited him. You know what I mean? I could have edited him. I got rid of all this stuff and it got down to who he was. He's a nice guy. You know, he's a nice guy, which to me made it even funnier. Yeah, that's how I wanted to show all that stuff. Again, it was important to me. It was important for me to show all sides of us. Every time you see a documentary, you see stuff on musicians. You always see them on stage, or you see them. I wanted to show it like what it's like when you're not on stage. You know what's going on. I'm like, I was really moving my mom. That was really happening. You know what I mean? The emails that came in, the stuff that was going on, I was dealing with stuff like we all deal with stuff every day. You guys go to work and you get those calls or those emails, those personal calls or those personal things, and you just deal with it. And that's why I wanted to show all that. Like I'm really proud of the film, and I think it's funny, you know, and I think it's going to play well, and I think people will think it's funny and think it's cool too. So that's it. Thank you. And follow me on Twitter @Pauly Shore. Oh yeah, tomorrow night I'm doing a stand-up comedy performance at the Colony. And also I'm doing another screening of this if you want to tell your friends tomorrow afternoon at the Rosendale Theater in the afternoon. Thanks, bye.